It's a decision by government to pay for drugs to which we've said no. Do we see a future for something of a fund for cancer drugs? Yes, but it has to be on a different footing. One, it has to represent potential value, so it can't be at all costs. Drugs need to at least prove that they are in scope of what we consider reasonable. Then we do believe that there's probably a period in which we have to explore its use of a medicine in the NHS. And rationing sounds like 0-1 game. And I think people who read the Daily Mail would think that NICE is simply a 0-1 game, yes or no. We think there's a lot more scope for in the middle. NICE as an enabler, NICE supporting the NHS in adopting medicines and tracking their worthwhile over time.
Maybe some have, but I'd say overall industry hasn't. I think industry's frustrated with the existence of the Cancer Drugs Fund. I think it's a shame in a way that the debate is so focused on the Cancer Drugs Fund. I think with NICE's greater ability in future to sort of be able to assess medicines according to a whole number of criteria would be a better way to go. I think at the moment it is slightly unfair on other sort of disease areas that don't have the equivalent of the Cancer Drugs Fund, because I'm not sure it's the best use of resources overall.
And to pick up the points, I think, why do we single out the cancer and the Cancer Drug Fund only? There are other very worthy conditions which don't have that same support. Equally, there's other areas where there's no NICE guidance. So how do you compare breastfeeding, for example, with a drug that's been NICE TA'd?
We were never, ever in favour of the Cancer Drugs Fund, and I think the government failed to understand the issues. And if you don't understand the issues, you can't come up with the right solution. And I think the CDF has not been the right solution, and we've wasted 5 years messing around with a fund that was only going to head to where it is at the moment. And I think what we should have done is, sit down with NICE and say, what are the issues? Why are NICE saying no to cancer drugs?